on paper looked very convincing. But as we moved deeper into the investigation, our questions started to outnumber the answers. These images had only one word: Guardian. Who was Guardian? And had he or she actually captured a UFO crash landing on videotape? Some experts now believe Guardian was part of the U.S. government's rumored UFO disinformation program. They believe that hoaxes and absurd tabloid headlines are planted by the Pentagon. Is our government doing the same? In 1991, a small community outside of Ottawa, Canada, was thought to be the site of Guardian's elaborate hoax.
What you have is a little rural community in eastern Ontario, close to Ottawa, called Mannion Corners, a little tiny place, maybe 50 or 60 families live there. And in 1991, somebody decided that they would put together this UFO hoax and put out a video.
After the videotape was distributed worldwide, official-looking documents began to surface. So we enlisted the help of MUFON Canada's Assistant Director, Tom Theophanis, and photo analyst Jeff Saigneau.
The documents are purported to be Department of National Defense Canadian military documents, but just a quick, appears they need artists to get the message out. These obviously such hokey documents that there's no doubt that these are falsified. Once we know that, we have to go back and take a look at the video and say, since we know that Guardian is a hoaxer, is there anything exceptional in this video that could not have been hoaxed by a fairly motivated person? I couldn't find anything.
Well, and here you see two light sources. One coming in from the area of the flares. There is producing this reddish glow. And a source that's off the ground, an external source.
Smoke wafting off toward this direction, the same way that we see on the UFO later on. Over here, the UFO is badly overexposed. You really can't make out any detail. There's no motion there, nothing but a strobe light on top that's anything out of the ordinary.
What would it take to duplicate these images? Sightings asked a special effects team to try and recreate the Guardian video. They used a scale model helicopter, an asbestos-lined truck, and road flares.
Okay, you want to show me?
First, the team placed the helicopter in a position similar to that in the original Guardian video. Depending on how much smoke was added, the silhouette of the helicopter could look like a UFO crash landing. We tried to improve on these images using a pickup truck and the same basic flare and smoke effects. Again, the images were similar, but like the sophistication of the original tape, a real thing, and that's just what the hoaxers want you to believe. But who are they? Psychotherapist Dr. Howard Schachter explains his theory.
It's been said, of course, that hoaxterism is all about personal gain. Very often, the hoax, let's say, aggrandizing their self-esteem by virtue of seeing that the Guardian event is on every TV channel.
But is it realistic to believe that the Guardian videotape, the forged documents, and the photographs were all the work of one individual longing for fame? Or could it be that Guardian is part of a larger conspiracy fueled by our own government? How do experts separate reality from hoax? Joining me now is Michael Lindemann. He is an independent UFOs by governments. Is there any information that disinformation exists in the videos themselves, that somehow high-tech's being used to persuade or dissuade people?
I think that we have seen some possibly extraordinary videotape that was probably, you could say, disinformation. The so-called Guardian case from Canada would be, I think, in that category. Governments are involved in creating the illusion of certain events or effects that are probably hoaxes. If it's possible to penetrate the hoax immediately, and if UFO researchers proclaim it a hoax, I think in some ways
500